It's stating obvious. Nicholas John Bosa doesn't really, he don't play mind game.
Yeah.
He doesn't really try to trash talk his opponents. I mean, even some of the mic'd up segments you hear, he sounds like a kid out there. This isn't any of that. It's him stating obvious. The Dallas Cowboys didn't show the Green Bay Packers what playoff urgency was. Green Bay Packers showed the Dallas Cowboys what playoff urgency was, and the mindset you got to have going out there play after play. The windows are supposed to be tighter, Skip. They're supposed to be tight. It's supposed to happen fast. Decision making is supposed to have to be on point.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to have play after play of guys running wide open.
Free. Yep.
But they don't deal with this offense very often. They don't deal with the West Coast offense. They don't deal with the tight end sneaking through very often. They don't deal with the plays that Matt LaFleur drew up very often. The San Francisco 49ers deal with it all the time. It's like dealing with elementary school math, and then all of a sudden you get in the playoffs and you're dealing with college trigonometry.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, what is all this? What is all this? Well, the San Francisco 49ers deal with this year in and year out. Their defense deals with Kyle Shanahan day in and day out. Kyle Shanahan has been with Matt LaFleur, has coached with him. They went to the same school of hard knocks. He was literally on his staff underneath Kyle Shanahan. So he knows what he's trying to do. So he's going to communicate with Steve Wilks as he communicated with DeMeco Ryan last year, as he communicates with all his defensive coordinators, what he should be looking for, the keys, the tails in this offense, the reasons they will be able to stop it. And I'm sure Matt LaFleur on the other side is doing that for his defense. The difference is Nicholas John Bosa, Eric Armstead, Chase Young, All-Pro Fred Warner.
He's still there?
Chase Young.
I mean, you forget about you forget about the Charvarius Ward, who had Pro Bowl All-Pro season, Diamador Lenore, Tayshaun Gibson on the other side, and we haven't even got to Christian McCaffrey in the offense. So those are the reasons why this team will feel confident. Nicholas John Bosa feels the windows will be closed because they won't just let over routes run butt naked all day and all night. They won't just let Jordan Love sit in the pocket back there and bake up a pie as he did against the Dallas Cowboys. They will bring pressure, and they will bring it with 4 players.
Okay, real quick. Richard, so will they make Jordan Love uncomfortable?
No question they'll make him uncomfortable. Okay. They've made everybody uncomfortable all year. They will make him uncomfortable.
Well, I ain't make Lamar Jackson uncomfortable. I ain't going to let you get away with that one.
Yeah.
You ain't make Lamar Jackson uncomfortable. That's a whole other conversation.
Well, I don't think Joe Burrow was real uncomfortable that day. Not real uncomfortable, right?
I hear what you're saying.
I'm just saying, Richard. Don't say everybody.
As Skip says, y'all want to put some dinners on it?
No,
well, maybe.
I'm just saying I came at you because you said everybody. And I'm just letting you know they did not make Lamar Jackson uncomfortable. That's all I'm saying. This is a different quarterback.
That's a fair assessment. And Joe Burrow, I watched Lamar Jackson lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We're not talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pickett.
We're not talking about the Steelers.
When we're talking about one-offs, we're talking about one-offs, I watched them lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers and throw no touchdown passes in the game.
Why did I mention anything negative about a team he played for? I gotta be stupid to do that because he go. As soon as I say Seattle, Tampa Bay, some 49ers, he gonna go crazy. Calm down, little fella. I got you. But here's what I would say about making him uncomfortable. So far, teams have not been able to make him uncomfortable, okay? He's back there as cool as the other side of the pillow, okay? He's just back there playing football. And the more and more he plays and he gets comfortable in these situations, you can blitz him, you can do all the different things. We saw the Dallas Cowboys put pressure on him and almost get there. But he was able to throw off his back foot Aaron Rodgers-like and deliver the football in sync. Now, do I think they're going to go up there and beat the San Francisco 49ers? No, I do not. No, I do not. But do I think that this young man has the potential to have an excellent game? Well, we'll be sitting back and going, man, they got to pay him. Yeah, I do. I respect the hell out of the San Francisco 49ers and what Kyle Shanahan's been able to do up there and what Steve Wilks coming down from the box to the sideline has changed the life of that defense tremendously. But these kids that are coming into San Francisco, they don't know any better. They just don't. We just saw what they did against an underachieving Dallas Cowboy team. So if the 49ers think for whatever reason that they so head above everything that the Green Bay Packers have at their disposal, they may want to just be cautious in these situations because
let's
go ahead.
Let's not act like this team didn't just lose to the Giants in December. Let's not act like this is a world-beating team.
That's not what I'm saying, Richard. You're smart and you're educated, summa cum laude, if I said that right. You know everything. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is they can be very dangerous because they don't know any better. Just like we thought Cleveland would go into Houston and wreck them, but that turned into something different because they don't know any better. We all thought the Dallas would smack over Green Bay. I'm still shaking my head at that. But when you don't know any better and you out there just playing free in football, and Bosa's right. You got large gaping holes in running game. You got receivers running open. They so open, they think they done something wrong. They waiting on the football to come. It may not happen with the 49ers, but he's not going to be rattled. You're not getting a guy that's like, oh my God, because he's played enough football now to know what he's up against. And you are right. The West Coast offenses are littered up and down the West Coast, in Seattle, in San Francisco on a daily basis, right? In Los Angeles with the Rams. So they see it all the time. And they've seen Green Bay a couple times in the regular season as well as in the postseason when they had Aaron Rodgers and they wrecked shop on them and went ahead and went on to the Super Bowl. So I understand everything that you're saying. I'm just saying don't just think because they got a good roster of players that they just getting ready to go 50-0 on them.
No, I'm not expecting that at all. I'm just saying what Nick Bosa is saying is this isn't the Browns who haven't won a playoff game or been to an NFC championship in however long. And this isn't the Dallas Cowboys, who we deal with every week on this show, haven't done anything in 30 years. This is the San Francisco 49ers, who 3 out of the last 4 years have been in the NFC championship game, and one of those years they were in the Super Bowl. And so they understand what it takes to win in the playoffs. These guys that have been on this team have been in NFC championship games. They have played in them. They know what it takes. They know the intensity. They know the sense of urgency you have to have. So that's the area that he's speaking from. Nick Bosa has played in 3 NFC championships, if I'm not mistaken, in his career. And he's been in the league, 4 or 5 years? So he understands that, hey, this kid hasn't been in this situation. He hasn't played against guys like us. We're not those guys. We're not Dallas, who can be front runners at times. We're guys that play in these playoffs, and we win in these playoffs.
Well, it's front runners at times. True. So, Richard, we talked about Jordan Love yesterday on the show, and you were saying you guys got to pump your brakes, got to slow that roll, quit overreacting, and there's a lot of truth to what you're saying. But I keep looking harder and harder at what Jordan Love has done the last 9 games, not 3 or 4, 9 games, 22 touchdowns to 1 interception. That's legit. That's credible to me. That's a body of work that's starting to take shape right before our very eyes. And I keep harking back to, and you're right about what happened against the Giants, but I hark back to Thanksgiving Day. I left the show. I went home. We were having sort of early Thanksgiving. I'm trying to keep the game on. I'm checking it. I'm glancing sideways. We all picked Detroit. Obviously, they're at home. It's traditional Thanksgiving in Detroit. They're 8.5-point favorites. And I look up, and it's 23-6 Green Bay at halftime. Something is going on here. He's becoming a force to be reckoned with. And don't underestimate, he's got a partner in crime right now, because I used to say for years on this show that Aaron Jones could be at least as valuable as Aaron Rodgers. And all of a sudden, he's healthy. And for the last 4 games, he's got 529 rushing yards. That's 132 a game for 4 games, not 1 game or 2, 4 games. So something is happening here to the point that it's possible that even San Francisco, knowing what they know about the West Coast, that they're underestimating Jordan Love and Aaron Jones slightly, just slightly, like, oh, we got this because we're the 49ers and the Cowboys aren't.
So I would agree with you if I had not lived it and played it. Skip.
You did. You were there.
We played Aaron Rodgers on an MVP season. MVP season. MVP season. He came to Levi. MVP of the league.
Oh, you destroyed.
We sent him home. Blew him out. Blew him out. They ran him out the stadium. And this Green Bay team has given up 200 yards rushing to 4 teams this year. So you think Christian McCaffrey, this is with no Christian McCaffrey. This is with Raheem Mostert. That was the best game of his career. So I hear what you're saying, but you guys are also not giving credence to pedigree, credence to guys that have been in the playoffs and done this at a high level. These aren't guys that have choked in the playoffs. These are guys that have executed at a high level. Quarterback got injured last year in the NFC Championship game in the first drive, and everything falls apart. But they didn't accidentally stumble in there, and they didn't accidentally stumble into the 1 seed this year. So you have to understand, these guys aren't. This isn't like, oh, man, these guys are worried. These guys don't know what they're getting. Now, I know what to expect from the San Francisco 49ers. Now, that was a nice game from Green Bay and Jordan Love, and they deserve a ton of credit. But in December, they lost to the New York Giants.
They did.
Who we all talk about. They're not a great team. They lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker by double digits in Green Bay. So we're not sitting here saying this is a situation where they don't know what it feels like to lose. They have just been running through everybody. They're 10-0 in the last 10. They're not that team. They played fantastic football, but they have yet to play a team like the San Francisco 49ers. That's why I look forward to seeing this game Saturday.
Okay, so speaking of dinner bets, I'll take Green Bay plus the 9.5 points for a dinner. You do that?
Nope. Straight up. I only bet straight up, Skip.
Straight up.
I'll take a straight up bet for you. Lamar Jackson wins the MVP.
Ooh.
You are something else.
That was a
You are something else. The first quarterback since 1987 to have under 30 total touchdowns.
I'm taking Lamar as the MVP, and I want to go to Steak 48 on you next time you're in town.
Love Steak 48.
Crustaceans, man. Crustaceans.
You're a crustacean, man. All right. You just mentioned Baker Mayfield. We got to talk about him. Is he getting enough credit for actually successfully following and replacing the GOATs? That's next. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.